Why is it that some people in your class are just naturally confident while you struggle so much to unleash your authentic self, face your fears, and work on your purpose? Well, it comes down to this. And most people in self improvement never actually talk about this. And to illustrate this point, I'll tell you a story. A few years ago, in my class, with my friends, I just felt this void inside. As I was approaching social interactions, talking with people, I just felt worthless. I just felt like I was at the bottom of the social hierarchy. That when people disrespected me, I just felt bad. And I couldn't stand up for myself. I had a lot of core stuff running me. A lot of core fears, a lot of low self-worth with myself. And that just fueled me onto this journey of self-improvement, of self-development, of taking actions, of working on the tree. Trying to improve my life, trying to build my discipline, remove my bad habits, work on the good habits, to progress, to go out, practice my social skills, to make sure that I'm attractive, I'm charismatic, to make people like me. If you stopped me at that point and asked me, I felt shit. I felt like there's a void inside of me. I felt so scarce. And that's how I approached my social interactions. Even though I did make progress on my social skills and everything, my confidence, the work, and my purpose, nothing really changed until I got to the cause. My experience of life did not change until I got to the cause. And this is the underlying secret part of self-improvement, of changing your life, of actually transforming yourself, instead of constantly taking action without addressing the underlying cause. What do you think is wrong? I did this and I shifted as a person, so just be open-minded here. Be willing to listen to things that you probably haven't heard of before. Because what I tell you, this getting to the cause, right, this addressing the roots, it means that you are going to be facing your deepest fears. I'm not telling that it's going to be effortless. You're going to be doing one of the most scariest things in your life, facing your deepest fears, but you're going to make progress that is real and that is permanent. And you will feel that effortlessness. The real progress that you make will sneak up on you. You will actually not notice it. You'll just be taking action, and just a year from now, a few months from now, you'll just notice your experience of life just shifted so much. And if you listen to me, if the answer was really out there, if being more charismatic, becoming more popular, having the body you want, having the marks you want, getting the results that you want, if everything will change how you really experience life and what you bring onto the table and what you unleash into the world, if the answer is how that, don't you think you would have found it yet? Don't you think you would have found it already? Which means there are things deeper inside that you need to work on for you to start truly transforming yourself. And I'm going to unleash the secrets in this video. Here's what we need to get to the cause. There are a few things that I want to mention here, and the first thing is paradigms. What do I mean? A paradigm is the way that you approach the world. Let's say you are wearing glasses, right? And you put on the glasses and it affects the way that you look on the world. The paradigm is your map. It's the way that you see the world, and the main two paradigms that we have is the paradigm of scarcity and the paradigm of abundance. I'm just saying complicated words, but here's what it practically means. If I stop you right now, stop all the work that you're doing, stop everything, and just close your eyes, take a breath, and just look at the experience of your body. And if an external person had to come inside you and rate how you feel, how do you actually feel about your life? How are you actually doing? And the honest, true answer, not the go to ones, the honest, true answer, if someone had to come into your body and experience that, will that be a good experience? And just for fun, rate it from a scale from 1 to 10. And that is the experience of yourself that you are really trying to change with external things, but it won't work. Because you are in the mindset of scarcity. If you rated yourself, for example, 2 out of 10, you think that improving yourself, that getting the discipline, getting the social skills, getting the results, it'll help you move up. But what actually happens is just, yes, you feel those temporary spikes where people validate you, where you have these moments where you are like enjoying with people, they're paying you attention, the same attention as you are paying to them, but it comes back down to this. And when you are in this mindset of scarcity, you approach social interaction with this neediness. Like you aren't worthy enough and you need the attention, the approval, the validation of others instead of just coming from expression. You view social skills as performance instead of expression, instead of authenticity. Now, another important thing here is that if this is what is fueling your motivation, you're just going to come out at your goals from this place of desperation. But then the thing is, you can be abundant from the start. What do I mean by this is that if you try to base how you feel with yourself, your default states, your paradigm based on external things, I need to have certain things for me to feel better, I need to do certain things to feel better, it's not going to work. Because this has to be unconditional. If your abundance is based on something, it's going to fall apart. It has to be unconditional. You just have to be. And this is your oxygen. This is the thing that you're trying to grasp at desperately with self-improvement while you feel shit with yourself. And the problem is this, and this is actually the solution. This is a lie. Scarcity is a lie that you have bought into. That is, you are on the core, you are abundant. But then your life experiences has convinced you otherwise. It has convinced you that it's not good enough. And then you have all of these layers of scarcity. And the journey of self-improvement isn't actually like going on and adding stuff, going on and adding skills and knowledge and everything for you to become better, for you to reach an end goal. When you dissolve, and there are processes for this that I'll explain, when you work on these layers of scarcity, what remains is the abundance. You are already there. You just have to let go of the things which are making you believe that you aren't. Okay, then what if you remove all the layers of scarcity which create the desperation that you need to go there, then won't you just be like lying around unmotivated doing nothing? No. Because imagine, like if you had all the money in the world and you no longer had this desperation for money, would you stop working? Yes, for a few days, but then inspiration will start kicking in. You're not you're not in the desperation to go out and take action anymore, but you will feel after a few days, you just go around and do nothing, but then you'll start feeling inspired to take action anyways. You'll start doing work, you'll start going out and just like doing stuff onto the world just because you feel like it. Maybe the action that you take is same, but it's coming from a different place, from a place of inspiration, from what you truly want, rather than a place of need and desperation. And that is why your self-worth is so low. And this is root cause number 1. And I'll tell you the second root cause, and then I'll tell you what is the process to truly change it. The second root cause is core fears and identity. There are things like deep down within you, you will feel resistance to acting a certain way, huge resistance. And this will lead to specific patterns in your life. Maybe in your friend group, you were always the sidekick. You were never the main dude who's like confidently expressing themselves. You always stayed back. Maybe you always had a core fear to express yourself. Maybe you struggle to stand up for yourself, stand up for your values. Maybe you struggle to tell what you really think. Maybe you're hiding behind this front that you have built up for yourself and you're just fake. What this means is that it is changeable. We can actually work on this. And how does this affect your everyday life? It runs you, it controls you in ways that you are aware of, in ways that you aren't aware of. Number one, you start with your identities at a scarcity level. You're not going to see the things and the opportunities and the ways that you can behave in order to be like confident, be the person that you want to be. You're going to fall back. And your fears of expression, your fear in terms of social anxiety, in terms of confidence, everything, it stems from this. It stems from what's deep down here. And these core fears that are developed from social conditioning, from your childhood, from different experiences, they truly run you. And this is why almost none of the confidence advice works, because you aren't getting to the root cause. You aren't addressing that core fears deep down inside. And this is why you get triggered. Triggered means when your response is, this is why you have social anxiety, bro. Do you think if you go onto a stage and you speak, you're going to die? No, nothing's going to happen. People are going to stare at you, look weird at you. That's it. It's not a sphere that is based in reality. If you're going to go out on the street and just shout for 2 minutes, just shout being like, my name is Yuka and I'm going to speak about what I learned from this channel Yuka, from this YouTube video, and this is what I learned now. And people look at you and people stare at you. They're like, who the hell is this guy? Why do you feel so scared? And this is where true authenticity comes from. This is where you get triggered. You have this like huge fear. And this is how you process that and you actually change yourself as a person. Right? Let's get to the secret sauce, baby. You have to let go of it. And this is not just like a woo-woo magical thing. Oh my God, you sit and you meditate. I mean, guided meditations are a part of the process, but what you actually do is step number one of letting go is for you to become aware. And how do you become aware? You notice patterns in your life, things that are just like keeping on repeating, things like patterns that you've fallen into, or moments that you got triggered, where you notice something's running, you feel that this intense sensations of fear probably. When you want to stand up for yourself, when you want to take action, when you want to become more social and you're trying to say hi to someone and then you just get triggered, become aware of it. Step number two is that you get aware often by taking action. You take action to face your fears. You would have often did social anxiety challenges, and instead of just like trying to work against the fear, dive into the fear. Let yourself feel the fear. And you go step number two. After you take the action, you got triggered, you do a guided release. And in this release, whatever sensations came up, whatever maybe your childhood memories, the actions that you took, whatever got triggered, you sit with it. You let yourself experience these sensations. You just breathe through them. And then you let them come up and you let them out, and you let them out by doing like deep breaths. And this sounds woo, this sounds like magic, but listen to me. What you're doing is that you are getting these sensations to come up, and then you're letting yourself process them. And the thing about these sensations is that if you let yourself process these sensations while you put your mind back to these scenarios and you get to the root cause, your reality starts shifting. Like the way, temporarily for the time being, if you are doing social anxiety challenges, if you are desensitizing yourself to the fear, you would have gotten to a certain point. But then that's because of desensitization, and you aren't actually getting to the core cause of the fear. Which means once you start resensitizing yourself, and you start feeling it a lot more, you will take a step back. Your social anxiety will become worse, but then you actually let go of that, and now it can skyrocket. This is the secret to change. This is how you experience the sensations and you release it. Action, trigger, release, repeat. Do it for enough time and you'll wake up feeling like, damn, you kind of become the person that you dreamed about. I will make a video on this, like how to let go, and if you can probably try and find it in my channel, a guided letting go release. If you are watching this in the future, and when you start doing this, you stop attaching your self-worth to different things in your life, whether it be your people, your validation, the amount of money that you have, when it's based in yourself and not based out there. Instead of experiencing life with so much attachment, like a character in a video game, going through this, getting the damage and then getting the wins and then being like, this high, and then I feel shit with myself. This chasing, this need, you kind of step out and you become the player, and then you take more risks and then you fail and then you do all of that shit, but then it didn't really matter that so and so stats are good or so and so stats are bad. What just mattered was the fact that you played. And that's the question, did you really play? I'll put a video here of something that I think will be useful to you, and I'll see you there. My name is Yuka, and I'm rooting for you.